Okay, so I've showed you how you can create a Windows virtual machine in Microsoft Azure, and of course you can need that Microsoft Windows for any to install and any applications or to work on any software tools or whatever purposes you can create your own uh, developing environments and everything. But if you want to let's say create a Windows server, like if you want to make your Windows machine a server and then use it as a backend from your for your web or mobile applications or for whatever purposes, uh, then you should create uh, a virtual server instead of just a simple virtual Windows on Azure. So now we'll create our own uh, virtual Windows server or using Azure. So I have already created my resource before, but I deleted that, and I showed you already how to log into Microsoft Azure. So now I will just start from creating a resource again and then creating our own virtual machine, Windows Server virtual machine this time, and we'll create a server. Of course, you could make any of your Windows machine of with the Windows 10 Pro that we created as your server, but we can use something that is recommended. Uh, so Windows Server Data Center. Let's create this 2016. Okay. Sorry, this is just some documentation and some support material about the virtual machines. We can go to our home again, let's say, and we can click on virtual machines, and let's click add. So you will come here to this create a virtual machine page. You could use an existing resource, but I already deleted my existing resource, but I see it here still now. Let's uh, create a new resource again. So the subscription is free trial. I can create a new resource. Let's say create new, and I can say it Feud server resource. Click Feud Win server. Click OK. Okay, this Feud Win server resource is created. Now give this uh, virtual machine, a name. My Win Feud Win server. Feud Win server. Now choose here any of the. Okay, let's choose Windows Server 2019 data center. Okay, with the same 8 GB and 2 virtual CPs, it costs 115 euros per month. So let's continue. As I told you, you will be provided $200 or 170 euros or 150 pounds approximately free in your account when you create your account on Azure. So I can use that. See, so it will not be paid from your credit card. So let's go and create a username. Let's make it feud12 and give a password. Okay, let's choose the username this. Okay. Already have a Windows Server license, so I don't have a Windows Server license. Of course, if you have a license, you can click next, and then you will be, then you will be billed less for this virtual machine if you can use your already existing license, of course. So, but I don't have it, so I forgot to put this uh, confirm password here. Yeah, so just click remain, leave it as no. I don't have a license. So just go to the disks and you can change these settings. For example, if you which disk type you want to use, premium, standard, whatever, you can use standard. You can use premium. I can use the selected VM supports premium disk. So this supports premium disk with this server 19. So I select premium, click networking. You can change these options if you want. Virtual network, this will be the virtual network. You can create no, you can create a new public IP also. For me, this is fine, everything. This will be the subnet and management. Okay, BIOS diagnostics on, operating system diagnostic off, and all these settings, auto shutdown off. All this thing is, these are the management of your machine. Then advanced tags, whatever. So anyways, click review plus create, and it will, so it will cost you 0.1585 euro per hour. And then these are all the features that you have in there. Of course, if you want to change the disk space or RAM or temporary disk space, you can go here to change the size and select anyone from the list. I selected this 16 GB temporary disk space and 2 virtual CPUs and 8 gig RAM, gigabyte RAM. You can have lesser RAM, you can have lesser or more CPUs, and you can have lesser or more temporary storage. For me, this is enough what I already selected, 8 GB RAM and 16 gigabyte temporary storage. This one with 2 virtual CPUs. No, okay, click select. Anyways, so again, click review and create. And this will bring you back to this 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 page, review and create page, validation passed. Simply click create and your Windows virtual machine server will be created. It's submitting deployment. Okay, it's created. It's still, the deployment is underway, so you have to wait a bit more. So the deployment is now complete. Okay, so let's click here, go to the resource. It will take you to your Windows server. So it is running, it's running in this location at US East because we didn't change the location. And okay, this is the public IP address. You can configure the DNS name. Just click here, configure. Okay, so just this will be the the DNS name, your name dot east us dot cloud app dot azure.com. Just name it Fute win server test. Okay, let's name it my server test to keep it simple. Okay, it's available, and this is our public IP address. Okay, so click save. It's saving the public IP address. Oh, it's the changes save. Click overview again, and if you get back, you should be able to see your DNS name. You see, not now. Yeah, my server test dot east us dot cloud dot azure DNS name is there. Okay, this is the IP address. Okay, now click here, come back to the overview. Sorry, go to resource. Yeah, to come back to this main server page, you see that your server is running. You can see, you can click here and see the performance of your server and your disk byte usage and network and everything, because our server is new, so it just remain, keep it to this 1 hour option. Uh, let's connect to our server. Click connect here and you will get these three options. Click on the RDP option, this remote desktop option. It will take you to this page, and so this is your IP address and this is your port number, and then download this RTP file. Click on download this RDP file, because then you can use this RDP file to connect to your Windows server that you just created. Click on open folder. So this is the FuteWin server. Click here and okay, connect. Okay, here you can give your username and your password and click OK. So it says your credentials didn't work. Maybe my username or password is wrong. Okay, if you get this problem, because maybe I think I forgot my username or password that I created, so you can go to the page again for the Windows server and just change it. If you click on this left side, you will have a place to change your reset your password. You see reset password. Click here, give a username here, and then you can reset the password here. See. Okay, click update, so it will reset your password. Resetting password for the virtual machine server. It's still updating, so just wait a bit. Okay, I got this error. The password did not meet the minimum password length and complexity requirements. So let me change the password again, because I think it needs upper and lowercase letters and also the numbers, and it should be at least 12 characters long. Let me change it again. So this time the password is successfully reset, and now I can go and check with these configurations. I will type the password again and try to connect. Okay, now I got that this is now working, but this certificate needs to be verified. Okay, if it's fine. We know from where to where we are connecting. So just simply click yes, and it will connect to your remote Windows server. So it's booting. It's logging in and setting up everything. It will be quite fast, because if the connection is good and if your internet connection is good, and because this machine is quite fast. Okay. Do you want to allow your PC to be discovered by other PCs and devices on this network? We recommend allowing this on your home work networks, but not public ones. Okay. Of course, we want to make so try managing servers with Windows Admin Center. Okay, so we wanted to actually open Server Manager from the Start menu, but by finding it here, but it opened it by itself because we choose this Windows server virtual machine. Now we will try to configure our virtual machine to behave as a server so that we can access this from our own machine, and so that we can connect to it and from outside world, and we could open it for the incoming traffic, because that's what the server means. So click on add user roles and features, click next. Role based or feature based installation, remote desktop server installation. Okay, remote role based or feature based installation, click next. Feature win server, this is the public IP address. Select a server from a pool of servers, so this is the only one we have, so click next. Okay, these are the roles. File and storage services. Click. So file and storage service include the services that that are always installed, so click next. .NET framework features, BitLocker enable, you know. So keep the server. So try to keep the default settings, and you can select from whatever features you want to add to your Win server, and then you will get this small window will pop up, and you can again click add, and then these features will be added. So let me first select what I want to add to my Windows server. So I can select, let's say, this Win server, add feature, this WinRM ISS, this IAS management tool, management console, this common HTTP features, health diagnostics, and add features again. And then I can select simple TCP/IP services if I want, SMTP server, add features. Yeah, that's it, and then click next. Click next. Okay, web servers are computers that let you share information over the internet or through intranets, and of course, the web server role includes Internet Information Services (IaaS) with enhanced security and unified web platform. Okay, keep going next. Okay, these are the roles and services that will be installed for your web servers. If you want to select something else, URL authorization, Windows authentication, whatever, IaaS, you know, authentication, if you whatever you want, FTP server, if you want to add these things, you can add. Management service. Okay, click next. So anyways, click next. Because all the basic features that I need are added. You can see here, remote server administration tools, simple TCP/IP services, SMTP server, Windows Server IIS, management tools, web server, and these common HTTP features and everything else. Click install, and this will install your. It will make your virtual machine a web server, and then we will check if our these with this firewall has enabled these port 80s and these other ports, which we need to see that they are open, because they should not be disabled, otherwise we will not get incoming traffic. But let's first install these features, and then we do that. Or you can just go and check the Windows firewall until it installs the features for your firewall and network protection. Okay, firewall is on. Allow an app through firewall. Okay, close this and find firewall with advanced settings. Yep. So here you can go to the inbound rules and let's check that if the port 80 is enabled. Second. Okay, let's go back to our, okay. Uh, yeah, so we have to find, let's make it big. You see these are the ports, local port. You can arrange them in any order you want, and you go here to the port 80. You see this is TCP out, this is allow, this is, so you see this is right now not enabled, but it will be enabled when everything is installed properly. So now we will also check the port 443, as we see that port 80 is not enabled, but it will be enabled once our installation of the server is complete. So port 443, here is port 443. You see no. So this should be also enabled, this one, the above, because this is secure socket tunneling protocol. Because this port 443 and port 80 are for the incoming web traffic here. So this should be enabled if we want to access or to send traffic to our virtual machine from outside. So that's why after the installation of this server that we are just doing will be complete, then this port 80 and port 443 will be enabled. So let's see how much far we are with the installation. Minimize this Windows Firewall window. So we are almost done. Installation succeeded. So click close. So you can see that now we have this file and storage services roles here, and we have this IIS roles also on our server. Okay, now you can disconnect from your virtual machine and go back to your cloud settings here and go click up and go to overview. Okay, so here we are back to our Windows Server overview page. You can see here that our Windows Server is a part of a subnet. Our virtual machine is a part of this subnet on the cloud. And then if we click here on this subnet, we see that in this subnet we have a network security group. And in this network security group, we can create these inbound rules for, if you click here on this interface, uh, we can create the inbound rules for our HTTP and HTTPS web traffic. So that we can get our virtual machine can get traffic from the outside. You see here we have this network security group here inside. If we click here, uh, you can see the path here: few twin server, and then subnet, and then this entry in there, and then we are at the network security group. Here you see we can click on the left hand side on the inbound security rules, and we can add the security rules for HTTP and HTTPS. This one was already added by me before. I can delete it now uh, and show you how I can create a new security rule for HTTP and HTTPS from scratch. So you have to simply click here on add, and it will open this window on the right hand side. Add inbound security rules. Okay, these are the advanced settings, go to the basic settings, simply click here basics, select the service. I want to use HTTP service, and port range is already automatically selected, which is 80. Select the priority to 100, set the priority to 100, and name this rule HTTP, and just click add, and this HTTP rule will be, you see it is creating this HTTP rule, and you see, oh sorry, it was a mistake, I made it 1000. Let me change this to 100, this priority. Okay, now I change the priority to 100, and I'm creating this rule HTTP again. Click add, add, and it's creating the security rule. It will be added. See, it's added. And protocol TCP port 80, name this. Now click add again and add a security rule for the HTTPS traffic, which will be using the port 443. See, click here again, basic. Custom service should be HTTPS. Okay, port range is 443, and the name should be HTTPS, and priority we can set it to 101. Okay, click add, and this security rule HTTPS will also be added. See here, so we have added both the security rules in our firewall, inbound security rules in our firewall on the virtual machine. Let's go back to our virtual machine overview. And you see here that this is our public IP address. So we can access our virtual machine from outside using this IP address. So now if we will copy this this IP address, and we post it to our browser here, we should be able to uh, access our virtual machine from our computer. So this is my local PC, and I'm going to copy paste this here, and I should be able to connect to my virtual machine on the Azure cloud. Click here, and you see it was fast. This is the uh, default IIS page from our virtual machine server that we just created on Azure cloud. So this is set up and working. So that's it. I hope you understand how to create your own Windows virtual machine and convert it to a server. In the case we wanted to make our virtual machine a server, we already have a tutorial on creating the virtual machine and creating your login and everything. And this time you know how to create a server on Azure cloud and then access it from your browser by setting the rules, inbound rules.